Real-life Beyblade tournaments are getting serious. What started as a fun, crazy anime that's main purpose was to sell kids' toys has turned into a wildly competitive scene, where adults are collecting data to make giant spreadsheets, buying multiple parts in order to get a competitive edge, and one tournament in Michigan is literally giving away a Honda Civic. I am not kidding, this is a real thing. It's already reached its cap of 252 players with over 100 people on the waitlist. Beyblade is getting serious, and I've totally bought into the hype. Learning different launching techniques, researching the best Beyblade combos, and participating in my local tournaments. But usually when I enter a tournament, it is strictly for content, giving myself restrictions to make the video more interesting. But you know what? I am sick of people calling me bad, so I decided to enter a real-life Beyblade tournament with no restrictions. I'm going to enter with the best combos I can make and see if I can win the tournament or if the comments were right. Now, similar to competitive Pokemon, before you even start a match, you have to build a team of Beyblades, and this building process is extremely important. Every Beyblade combo has its strengths and weaknesses. For instance, on an attack Beyblade combo, you could use the flat bit, which moves extremely fast due to its high amount of surface area and friction with the stadium floor. Or you could use the rush bit, which is similar but smaller, has less surface area, and thus will move slower. However, because it has less friction, it can spin for a longer time and it's easier to control. So do you go with the hyper aggressive flat bit, or do you go with the safer rush bit? There's no right answer. It is all just up to the user's preference. These aren't the only two options either. There's a bit with more gears, a bit where the tip is slightly curved, a bit with no hole in the middle, a bit with no hole in the middle, and slightly shorter. And all these changes that might seem insignificant can actually make a huge difference in battle. And this is only one part. There's just as much complexity to the other two parts of a Beyblade. So you can imagine how crazy and unique different Beyblade combos can act. It's awesome. Every combo you create will have its good and bad matchups. There's no such thing as a perfect Beyblade, so when building your team, you want to make sure your combos cover each other's weaknesses. And with that in mind, this is the team I decided to bring. The first member is Shark Scale 170 Low Rush. Shark Scale is a monster. This thing hits so flippin' hard. It has metal blades that are not only sharp, but curve upwards, allowing it to scoop up and launch opponents. The 170 ratchet, because of its one blunt point, creates enough force to allow it to have a chance at jumping out of the side pocket. And for the bit, I went with Low Rush. Shark Scale already has so much power, it doesn't need an ultra aggressive bit. Low Rush gets the job done and provides a Beyblade with enough spin to get multiple strong hits in battle. This Beyblade is an amazing attack type and does great against stamina combos, but not that great against highly defensive builds. So to deal with those defensive builds, the second Beyblade I am bringing is Cobalt Dragoon 560 Elevate. Cobalt Dragoon is a pretty special Beyblade. Out of all 99 currently released Beyblades, only 4 of them spin left, and Cobalt Dragoon is one of them. This gives Cobalt Dragoon the unique ability to steal spin. When two Beyblades are spinning in the same direction, their contact pushes them apart. But when two Beyblades are spinning in opposite directions, they act like gears, transferring energy between each other. So you don't actually need to launch Cobalt Dragoon that hard, because it can slowly sap the opponent's spin until both Beyblades run out of stamina, and because the Elevate bit is so wide and smooth, Cobalt Dragoon can stay balanced slightly longer and barely outspin the opponent. The strategy is low-key evil. Anyway, it has a great matchup against stamina and defense combos, but struggles against attack Beyblades, because it can't steal spin if it gets launched in the pocket or exploded. Oh yeah, Beyblades explode now. Anyway, to deal with attack types, my last combo is a defense combo that specializes in tanking hits. Wizard Rod 160 Hexa. Wizard Rod is probably the best blade in the meta right now. It is super round and has amazing weight distribution. It has a light plastic core and a heavy metal ring, which gives the Beyblade a high moment of inertia, meaning it is resistant to slowing down, granting the Beyblade immense stamina and defensive prowess. The 160 ratchet is the exact same as 170, except it's 1mm shorter, allowing it to be lower to the ground while also letting it jump out of pockets. The Hexabit has a wide cone-like shape, which keeps the Beyblade stable and allows it to easily recover from hits. It also has a burst-resisting band. This makes the assembly tighter, meaning your Beyblade is less likely to burst in battle. Most stamina and defensive bits don't have this band. Usually it's reserved for attack types so they don't just like self-explode from their own hits. But the designers at Beyblade decided to give Hexa a burst-resisting band for some reason, so now it's considered to be the best defensive bit. So this is my team, and now it's time to drive 2 hours to my local Beyblade tournament. And while I'm driving, if you guys are wondering where to buy Beyblades, check out Mall of Toys, the sponsor of this video. They have every X Beyblade you can think of, their prices are competitive, they're US based so shipping is fast, and you can pre-order the newest Beyblades and get them as soon as possible. They've been a huge help to the channel, and if you use code LeftBurst, you can get 5% off your order. And not only that, every time someone uses our code, we get a little kickback. So if you're gonna buy Beyblades anyway, use code LeftBurst, it really helps us out. Tournament videos like these are especially hard to make, so affiliate links like these help me make these videos and then also pay my awesome team. So thank you guys so much for using these codes. Anyway, I made it to the tournament and I was actually just about to miss the registration deadline, so I got in my car as fast as I could and booked it to the venue. It was held in a large gaming store and I'm not gonna lie, it definitely had a stench. But they did have the coolest looking figures I've ever seen, and the competition was kind of crazy. It was a full 32 player tournament, and the winner of the last Beyblade tournament I went to was there. Exia. This guy is actually insane. In the last 6 tournaments he entered, he won 4 of them, and the other 2, he placed top 3. He's ranked number 1 in Virginia, and if I want to win this tournament and prove to you guys that I don't suck at Beyblade, I'm going to have to defeat him. The other competitors were no slouches either though. Even the kids had insane Beyblade setups. Anyway, before the first round starts, let me quickly explain the rules. At the beginning of the match, each player orders their team, and once they set their Beyblade's order, it's locked in, you can't change it. And then it's first to 5 points. If you outspin your opponent, you get 1 point. If you burst your opponent, you get 2 points. If you hit your opponent into the side pocket, you get 2 points. And if you hit your opponent into the giant middle pocket, you get 3 points. If no one gets 5 points after using all 3 of their bays, then you just reshuffle and go again. That's it, the rules are pretty simple, and with that, the tournament started and I was called up for my first round immediately. And when I saw my first round opponent, I knew I was cooked. He had a dripped out launcher, custom stickers, and he was wearing gloves just like the characters from the anime. Like, he's the main character and I'm just living in his world. Like, this is him and I'm bald dude number 7. His team was also pretty fearsome. His first Beyblade was Wizard Rod 560 Hexa, a similar combo to the one I'm using and the best combo in the meta. His second Beyblade was Silver Wolf 970 Freeball. Silver Wolf is considered to be the second best stamina blade, and some people even prefer it over Wizard Rod. The main advantage Silver Wolf has is its free spinning ring on the bottom of its blade that aids in defense and destabilizing opponents. Combined with the Freeball bit, which is also free spinning, allowing the Beyblade to spin longer, this combo can outspin almost any opponent. But his last Beyblade is the one I find most interesting. Shark Scale 170 Low Orb. Shark Scale is an attack type blade, but my opponent is using it on a stamina bit. So instead of going crazy and initiating attacks, it stays in the center of the stadium, patiently waiting until the opposing Beyblade approaches it. And when it does, Boom! Its crazy contact points create an insane impact. This is going to be an interesting battle, and the order I decided to go with was Wizard Rod, Shark Scale, and then Cobalt Dragoon. I decided to go with Wizard Rod first because it was my safest combo, and my opponent decided to go with his Shark Scale Beyblade. We get our launchers ready, and in 3, 2, 1...
Go shoot! Put him in a body bag! Show him no mercy!
Even though my opponent was trying to murder my Beyblade, Shark Scale can't really counterattack if I don't attack him in the first place. It was able to get a couple hard hits, but in the end, my Wizard Rod was able to outspin him and score the first point. And for the next round, my opponent goes with his Wizard Rod against my Shark Scale. The roles are reversed, but unlike last time, my Shark Scale is an actual attack combo.
Why?
Oh!
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Oh, get out, get out, get out. What are you doing in there? Yeah, maybe the comments were right. I literally launched it straight into the pocket. Oops. Get out, get out, get out. What are you doing in there? Yes! Kill him now! But thankfully, because of the 170 ratchet, it was able to jump out and only give my opponent 1 point. Okay, you know, at least it's 1 point. At least it's 1 point. So now the score is tied 1-1. And our Beyblades were Cobalt Dragoon and Silver Wolf, which is a perfect matchup for me.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
And instantly, Cobalt Dragoon burst Silver Wolf, giving me 2 points and the lead. Now that we use all 3 Beyblades, we can re-choose the order, and of course, I decided to go with Cobalt Dragoon because, I mean, come on, it just like Saitama one-punches Beyblade. Anyway, my opponent decided to lead with his Shark Scale. Last time, it didn't do so well, but this time it's going up against an actual aggressive Beyblade. So instead of launching at full power, in this moment, I decided to take a risk and soft launch my Beyblade.
3, 2, 1, go shoot! Can't come up and take the really hit.
Oh! Oh! Let's go! Dragoon clutches up for a second time in a row and bursts Shark Scale, giving 2 points in the victory. But I wasn't able to celebrate for long because my next round opponent was one of the organizers of the event, Donut. And his team was crazy. While most people try to create a balanced team making up for each base weaknesses, Donut decided to go full-on attack. Attack types are super risky. If you miss the first couple of hits, you're cooked. But if you land, you score big with either a burst, pocket out, or extreme finish. Because of this, some people even consider attack to be the best type in Beyblade. His team consisted of Whale Wave 170 Kick, Hover Wyvern 160 Jolt, and Dran Buster 450 Underflat. His Whale Wave and Hover Wyvern combos were hard-hitting attack blades with bits that allowed the Beyblade to get multiple hits in battle, sacrificing speed for staying power. Hover Wyvern is a really scary Beyblade, but his Dran Buster combo is a straight-up powerhouse. Not only does it have 1 large contact point, the combo is extremely short. And by extremely short, I mean 2 millimeters shorter than average. But that makes a huge difference in Beyblade. Because what makes a Beyblade burst is its ratchet. The ratchet is the locking mechanism that keeps the Beyblade together, so because the Dran Buster combo is 2 millimeters shorter than average, it is the perfect height to snipe ratchets and burst opponents. All of his Beyblades are attack types, so to be honest, my order doesn't really matter. So I decided to fight fire with fire and go with Shark Scale first, and my opponent brings his bursting machine, Dran Buster.
3, 2, 1, go shoot! Oh, burst!
And just like that, Dran Buster burst me. Wait, that's not my bit. Oh, wait, that wasn't me!
Yeah, that wasn't him.
By some miracle, Shark Scale was able to burst Dran Buster and not the other way around. If you look at the slow-mo footage, Grandbuster was moving so fast on the rails that when released, it flies off of them into the air, exposing its ratchet and bursting on contact. If he just stayed on the ground, I definitely would have been the one to burst, and oh my goodness. That battle was exhilarating. And for the next match, I go with my defense combo Wizard Rod, and he goes with his Whale Wave. In theory, this should be a good matchup for me, but anything can happen with these crazy attack types.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Clean launch.
That's quick.
It's the whale versus the rod.
Oh, that's messed up there.
Don't stand there, Rod. That's a bad spot.
Whale doing what whale does best.
Kinda.
Picking up the stadium.
The whale is whale.
The whale is whaling.
Oh!
But the whale whaled out.
And with his final hit, he was almost able to hit me out. But Wizard Rod holds on strong and wins through a spin finish. So now the score is 3-0. I only need 2 more points to win, but my last Beyblade has a terrible matchup against attack types.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Oh no! Oh man, a burst, giving my opponent 2 points, but I'm still in the lead. Again, I only need 2 more points to win. So I decide for my next Beyblade, I would go with Wizard Rod, since it has the best matchup against this team. And my opponent goes with his craziest Beyblade and ace, Grandbuster. I am going to need to avoid as many attacks as I can.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Whoa! What? Wizard Rod, what are you doing? I guess he just felt inspired by all the attack types and decided to turn into one, but then just jumps into the pocket, giving my opponent 2 points in the lead. The score is now 3-4. He's making the comeback, and for the next battle, it's between my attack type Shark Scale and his Hover Wyvern. I need to win this battle. If I don't, it's all over.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Oh my gosh.
Alright,
Hit
that's
him.
not what you wanted to do. Oh.
Shark Scale is not doing good. Shark
Hit
Scale.
him! Ah! And in the end, Shark Scale just wasn't enough, and Hover Wyvern takes it, meaning my opponent wins the match. But lucky for me, I'm not out of the tournament yet because it's not single elimination. I still have a chance to win. This tournament is run under a Swiss format. Everyone battles 5 rounds, and at the end, the top 8 players with the best win records move on to a single elimination bracket. If I'm able to win the next couple of rounds, I still have a chance. I just need to lock in. And soon I was called up for my 3rd match. My next round opponent is using a couple combos we've seen before. Silver Wolf 970 Freeball and Shark Scale 170 Low Rush. But his final Beyblade is Clock Mirage 455 Low Orb. Clock Mirage is currently the roundest Beyblade with the most stamina. Even more stamina than Wizard Rod. However, it has one giant weakness. It is super tall and you can only use special ratchets on it. Meaning its ratchets aren't that tight and they're incredibly exposed to attacks. However, as long as this Beyblade doesn't burst, it can outspin anything. I predict he's going to lead with Clock Mirage, so to capitalize on this, I go with Shark Scale, and that is exactly what happens.
3, 2, 1, go shoot! Clean! Contact was made.
Come on, burst that thing.
And Clock Mirage
Take the hit, take the hit.
burst.
Oh, and there we go, a clean burst. Honestly, I was a little nervous. It was eating those hits a little too well at the beginning, but in the end, I got the burst and scored 2 points. And as for our next phase, I decided to go with Wizard Rod, and he went with Shark Scale.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Oh! And with a crazy attack, Wizard Rod launches Shark into the extreme pocket, meaning the round is already over. In just 2 battles, I'm able to win, and now my score is 2 wins and 1 loss. I am in a pretty good spot right now. At least that's what I thought until I was called over for my next match and I saw my round 4 opponent's launcher. It's a flippin' katana. This guy is like a ninja straight out of Naruto. He even has the 9-tail fox Beyblade and the coolest deck box I think I've ever seen. His Beyblades are Fox Eclipse Heavy 360 Low Rush, a bulky attack type combo, Wizard Rod 160 Hexa, a combo that needs no introduction, and Cobalt Dragoon 560 Level, a similar combo to what I'm using, but Level has more burst resistance and more power at the cost of control. And this ninja dude literally whooped my butt. In the first round, he uses his Cobalt Dragoon Beyblade to send my Wizard Rod packing into the extreme pocket. In the next 2 rounds, he just proceeds to launch harder than me with his katana launcher and outspin both my Beyblades, leading to an easy 5-0 victory. Before this match, I was feeling pretty good about myself, but now my score is 2 wins and 2 losses. Even if I win my next round, I'm still not guaranteed to make it into the top 8. That sounded super nerdy, but the sad part is I actually did it. Anyway, although it's not likely, I still have a small chance to make it into the top 8 if I win my next round. So I decided to not give up and keep on going. However, my last round would not be easy. No, Dark Sweep! Dark Sweep comes to almost every single tournament and is probably the most decked out player. Not only does he have a katana launcher, a Beyblade watch, and a common X mask, he has a cup noodle launcher. Like, what is this? This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. His team was just as cool. You know how I said there was only 4 left spinning Beyblades in existence at the beginning of the video? Well, Dark Sweep's team has 3 of them. He's using a team of just forbidden left spinning Beyblades. Ryuga would be foaming at the mouth. His first Beyblade is Cobalt Dragoon 960 Level, a similar combo to the person who destroyed me last round. His second Beyblade is Meteor Dragoon 360 Elevate, a left spinning Beyblade that specializes in stealing spin just like my combo. But Meteor Dragoon also packs a punch because of the rubber on its blade. This rubber adds extra friction to every attack at the cost of stability. The blade is pretty unbalanced. And finally, his last combo is El Drago 450 Zap. He has the Dragon Emperor on his team. This is going to be a crazy battle. If I want even a chance to make it into the top 8, I'll have to win. This is the order I decided to go with: Wizard Rod, Shark Scale, and then Cobalt Dragoon. I want to go with my safest combo first, and Cobalt Dragoon has a terrible matchup against his whole team since it can't steal spin. And my opponent starts off with his Cobalt Dragoon. We get our launchers ready, and in 3, 2, 1... Oh my gosh, hits me hard.
I don't think it's enough though.
Oh, he's got so much juice. So much juice.
It's not enough.
And Wizard Rod barely takes it, giving me 1 point. Although the level bit is much more aggressive, it's not as smooth as Elevate, so my Wizard Rod is able to outspin him, giving me 1 point in the lead. But for the second match, he decides to bring the big guns and pulls out El Drago. Oh my gosh, El Drago!
It'd be funnier if he's full.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Oh my gosh, he's smacking me. Oh! El Drago just absolutely destroys me, shoving me into the side pocket and giving my opponent 2 points in the lead. Not only that, my next Beyblade, Cobalt Dragoon, has a terrible matchup against his last combo, Meteor Dragoon. His Meteor Dragoon just hits so much harder, and we can't steal spin from each other because we're both left spin. I need to lock in, or this might be my last battle.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Yeah.
That was pretty brutal.
Someone sounds bad.
Somebody sounds really bad, and I think it's
I think it's me. No spin steal this one.
Let's go! Kobo is able to defend against his attacks and destabilize the opponent, giving me 1 point, which is all I needed. I was not expecting to win that at all, and now I get to use my other 2 Beyblades again. So for the first round, I decide to lead with Shark Scale. I want to end this round fast, and my opponent goes with his Meteor Dragoon.
3, 2, 1, shoot!
Shark Scale almost hits him into the pocket, but Dragoon holds on, steals spin, and outspins me with the Elevate bit. The score is now 3-2. And for my second Beyblade, of course, I go with Wizard Rod. And my opponent brings his ace, El Drago. This might be the last battle. The battle that decides if I make it to the top 8 or if I go home. With the whole crowd watching, we get our launchers ready. In 3, 2, 1. Oh. That was the most anticlimactic battle ever. I do not feel good about that win. But sometimes that's just how it goes. And in the end, I finished with a score of 3 wins and 2 losses. And now the real question is, did I make it into the top 8?
4th is Donut. 5th is Homerod. 6th is me. 7th is Kaiser. And 8th, just bumping Cobble down is LeftBurst.
Let's go! I barely scraped through and made it into the top 8, and oh my goodness. I was literally the last person to make it in. This is crazy. I didn't get to celebrate for long though, because I soon realized as the 8th seed, I would have to battle the number 1 seed Keon in the first round. Keon went through the whole entire tournament undefeated. He didn't even lose a single match. His deck is Wizard Rod 160 Hexa, Shark Scale 360 Kick, and Hover Wyvern 960 Jolt. In my opinion, the scariest Beyblade on his team. Hover Wyvern has a hyperbolic shape that causes giant collisions in battle. The shape is so good that it can consistently jump out of the side pocket. Most Beyblades need the 160 ratchet to do that, but Hover Wyvern's blade can just do it by itself. The top 8 tournament is single elimination first to 4 points, not 5 like before. There is no room for mistakes. If I lose, I'm out. So that means if I want to continue playing, I'm going to have to give Keon his first loss of the day. This is the order I decide to go with. Cobalt Dragoon, Wizard Rod, and then Shark Scale. Usually people like to start off safe, so I'm predicting he's going to go with Wizard Rod first. And Keon does exactly that.
2, 1, go shoot.
This is Cobalt Dragoon's best matchup, and the main reason I brought him on the team was to beat Wizard Rod combos. Wizard Rod, even though it might have spectacular stamina, it doesn't matter if I keep stealing it. And in the end, my Elevate bit... Wait, what the heck? Keon launched Rod so perfectly balanced, it was able to destabilize my Dragoon Beyblade in 1 hit and prevent it from stealing spin. This was supposed to be my best matchup, and I ended up losing. Keon is cracked. Oh my goodness. On the bright side though, it's only 1 point, but that 1 point was a statement. Having a good matchup isn't enough. If I want to win, I'm going to need even more. I'm going to need to use some launching techniques. The second battle is between my Wizard Rod and his Shark Scale. If I launch Wizard Rod like I normally do in the center, Shark Scale will eat me alive. So I plan to do a drop launch. A drop launch is a launching technique where you tilt your launcher towards the rails and try to get your Beyblade to stall in the top left corner, avoiding your opponent's attacks. But even a normal drop launch wouldn't be enough. I saw a couple of Keon's matches and he likes to do a launch where he aims for the left side of the stadium, attacking any Beyblade in that area. If I did a normal drop launch, he would just snipe me. So I decided I needed to do a sweeping drop launch. In a sweeping drop launch, you have to bounce your Beyblade on the stadium and have it jump behind the rails. If I do this, even Keon's killer launching technique wouldn't hit me. However, the sweeping drop launch is much harder to perform. If I wanted to win though, I had to go for it. So we get our launchers ready, and in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, let's go! The sweeping drop launch worked. I avoided his attack and in the end, launched Shark Scale into the extreme pocket, giving me 3 points. The score is now 3-1. I only need 1 more point to win, and our last Beyblades are Shark Scale and Hover Wyvern. Again, Keon has a killer launching technique that counters the drop launch, so I need to do another sweeping drop launch.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh, I failed the sweeping drop launch, but somehow I'm able to do a perfect normal drop launch, and Keon barely misses me. That was crazy. In the end though, Hover Wyvern's hyperbolic shape is able to get some hard collisions and give Keon the victory. The score is now 3-2. We reshuffle our order and I decide to go with Shark Scale first and Keon goes with Wizard Rod.
That's crazy. Come on. Holy.
Oh, he's back!
18.
No! With the 160 ratchet, Wizard Rod is able to jump back from the pocket and in the end has enough stamina to outspin my Shark Scale. If he just stayed in the pocket, I would have won, but Keon was smart with his combo choice and ties up the score at 3-3. So that means this battle will decide the winner. We reveal our Beyblades and it's a rematch. My Wizard Rod versus his Shark Scale. I need to hit this sweeping drop launch again. If I don't, it might be over. No, I missed it. But Shark Scale barely misses me. I survived.
Oh my gosh, why is it going so crazy?
3, 2, 1, go shoot.
In the end, Wizard Rod takes it, winning me the game. I beat the #1 undefeated player and move on. You guys don't understand. My heart was pounding out of my chest. I didn't know Beyblade could make me feel this way. It's like I'm on drugs. Anyway, I made it into the top 4. And my semifinals opponent is none other than Donut, one of the tournament organizers. He destroyed me with his team of attack types in the first stage of the tournament, but this is now my chance for revenge. Quick refresher, his team is Whale Wave 170 Kick, Hover Wyvern 160 Jolt, and his ace Dran Buster 450 Underflat. Not only did he decisively beat me in our last match, but this time I'm not even able to use my launching techniques, because I lost the dice roll and my opponent got to choose the side of the stadium he wanted. My launching techniques I practiced only work on the left side of the stadium. They don't work on the right side. If I were to do the same sweeping launch on the right side, I would just launch my Beyblade straight into the pocket. I didn't have enough time to get good at both sides, so I decided to solely practice on the left, and now I'm living the consequences. I'm going to have to win this battle without launching techniques and through pure base spirit. Yeah, I might be cooked. Anyway, I decided this order for my base: Wizard Rod, Shark Scale, and then Cobalt Dragoon. Pretty simple mindset. Start off with Beyblades that have better matchups against attack types. And my opponent decides to start off strong with his ace. I'm going to need to dodge all his attacks.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Could you land a hit?
It's going everywhere.
I should have put that 160 the other way.
Oh man.
Maybe.
Finish.
Alright, it's decided. Wizard Rod is the GOAT. It activated Ultra Instinct and weaved through all of his attacks, giving me the first point. Round number 2 though is a battle between my attack type Shark Scale and his Hover Wyvern. These are probably the two hardest hitting Beyblades, and last time I had this matchup, it didn't go so well. I'm going to have to launch this Beyblade as hard as I can.
3, 2, 1, go shoot! 3.
Get back in your hole!
And another one.
Oh no! Oh! Wyvern and Shark fall into opposite pockets. Wyvern is able to jump out, and just barely, my Shark scale is able to get out of there. Meaning instead of scoring 2 points, my opponent only gets 1. Shark scale really clutched up. It used all of its energy to get out of that pocket, and I mean, look, it even flipped over. The score is now tied at 1-1, and the last match doesn't look so good for me. My Cobalt Dragoon versus his Whale Wave. Cobalt Dragoon has terrible burst resistance, so an attack combo is its worst matchup. We get our launchers ready, and in 3, 2, 1.
Go shoot! 3.
Oh, he's back.
Whale wave. Whale wave.
Oh.
You know, maybe Cobalt Dragoon is just that guy. He shoved him into that pocket, and when he came back, he just shoved him again, scoring 2 points and making the score 3-1. And with only 1 more point needed to win, of course I go with my defense combo Wizard Rod, and my opponent decides to go with his ace. Although I'm up 2 points, his ace is deadly. In just one battle, he can tie it up with a burst or pocket out, or win the whole thing with an extreme finish. This battle will decide it all. So we get set, and in 3, 2, 1.
Go shoot! 3.
Oh my. Get out of my stadium, please. No. Oh.
No, it's been good.
Oh.
And with that, I won the match, meaning I'm moving on to finals. What the heck? It feels like just seconds ago I was worrying about making it into top 8, and now I worked my way all the way up to the final round of the tournament, and my final opponent might be the strongest one yet. Exia. Exia is the other organizer of the tournament, and like I said at the beginning of the video, the last 6 tournaments he entered, he won 4 of them. He is so good, in fact, that there's a running joke that he rigs all his matches.
Everybody raise your hand if you think Rexia rigs every single tournament.
Just raise your hand. All right. I count everyone's hands up.
That's crazy.
He is probably the best splitter in the area, and he is my final opponent. Unlike before, the last round is best of 3, meaning I have to win 2 sets, first to 4 points. These are Exia's 3 Beyblades. Shark Scale 160 Rush, a similar combo to my own. Pegasus Blast Heavy 360 Kick. Pegasus Blast Heavy is the heaviest blade out right now, so this combo bullies opponents with its weight and then outspins them with the kick bit. And his last Beyblade is Wizard Rod 960 Freeball. This is different from most rod combos we've seen in the tournament so far. 960 has better burst resistance than 160, but can't jump out of pockets as often, and Free Ball gives a Beyblade more stamina at the cost of defense. His team is deadly. So far, throughout the whole tournament, he's only lost 1 match, and to take home the victory, I'm going to have to defeat him twice. The order I decide to go with is Cobalt Dragoon, Wizard Rod, and then Shark Scale. Most people like to play it safe, so I'm assuming he's going to go with his Wizard Rod combo first. But I could not have been more wrong.
First bait?
Oh, I'm cooked.
He chose Shark Scale, my worst matchup. The mind games have already started. He's already out-reading me. To win this battle, I'm going to have to avoid his initial attack, so I aim for the opposite side of the stadium.
3, 2, 1, go shoot! 3.
Okay.
Yo, what? How did that even happen? Somehow my strategy worked and Dragoon went around the rails avoiding Shark Scale, and then at the perfect time, he counterattacks, launching Shark Scale into the side pocket and giving me 2 points. Dragoon is the GOAT. He has been so good this whole entire tournament. But now is not the time to relax, because his next Beyblade is Pegasus Blast against my Wizard Rod. His combo weighs a whole 6 grams more than mine, so I'm going to need to defend out of my flippin' mind. I get my launcher ready for a drop launch, and in 3, 2, 1.
Go shoot.
Yep. Yeah, come on. Oh! Okay.
He lives up to his name!
Hey, it's for the content, guys.
What is happening? Rod almost gets hit into the extreme pocket twice, but then ricochets off the wall and uses that energy to burst Pegasus Blast, giving me 2 points and winning me set number 1. That is probably the craziest battle all day. You know what? I said Dragooners ago, all my Beyblades have been spectacular this whole tournament. The job is not done though. I still need to win one more set, and because my opponent lost, he gets to choose the stadium orientation. So now I can't use any of my special launches. I'm in the lead though, and I decide to start off with Dragoon since it's been on a roll. And Exia starts with Shark again, a rematch of the last round.
3, 2, 1, go shoot! Oh, Shroud.
What can I say? Dragoon is just that guy. This is supposed to be his worst matchup, but he is destroying Shark, meaning I am up 2 points. I only need 2 more points to win, and my next Beyblade is Shark Scale. He can easily score me 2 points. This might be the last battle. My opponent goes with Pegasus Blast, and we get our launchers ready.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Speaking of a lot of interesting Exia.
All right.
Come on, Exia.
I will.
Last versus Scale. Oh. It's Scale Everton.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, back to reality. 1 point for my opponent. Pegasus Blast just weighs so much and is able to tank my hits. The score is now 2-1, and our last Beyblades are both Wizard Rod, except his has the free ball bit and should in theory have more stamina.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
We got a mirror match. We got ball. We got ball and
Free ball.
Free ball.
Free ball.
Green and yellow.
No.
Close.
Spin finish.
And just like expected, he's able to easily outspin me. Now the score is tied at 2-2, and we get to reshuffle our Beyblades. I want to end this, so I decide to go with Shark Scale, and my opponent is thinking the same thing. My strategy is to tilt my launcher as much as I can to control my Beyblade and hopefully snipe his ratchet since his combo is slightly taller than mine.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Oh! Yo, my Shark Scale was aura farming. That was so cool. And lucky for me, if the Beyblade jumps out the top, it counts as a relaunch. So we get ready to do it again.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
Yep.
Oh my god!
Oh.
My gosh.
Okay, that one's actually right there. Oh no, he's in the rails too much. Ooh.
Ouch.
Nah, I have the LAD.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And you have more.
Yeah.
Spin finish.
Oh man, the tilt strat did not work, and Exia is able to outspin me. He came back from behind and is now leading 2-3. And the last match is a rematch between Wizard Rod Beyblades. This is not looking good for me. On a side note, these Wizard Rod matches take forever. So long in fact that there is a player that has made it his sole mission in life to recite the whole history of Lego Ninjago every time a Wizard Rod Ditto match happens.
So, the story before the great story was that when the first Fujitsu Master first came and
Not again, dude.
Anyway, in the end, his combo has more stamina and I lost.
Rigged. Yeah,
the crowd wasn't that happy about it either. The score is now 1-1. I got lucky in the first set and he outplayed me in the second. He's figuring me out. If I want to win this, I'm going to need to play better. Because he won though, I get to choose my stadium side. So now I can use the launches I practiced. Every round so far, he started with Shark Scale. So I decided to go with my defense combo Wizard Rod first. And just like I predicted, he leads with Shark Scale. I am going to need to land this sweeping drop launch. We get our launchers ready and
3, 2, 1, go shoot! Clean.
I did it! I landed the drop launch and barely avoided him.
Uh-oh. Oh, jump out, jump out, jump out. Oh. Hey, we take those.
But still, it wasn't enough and he knocked me into the pocket. For the first time in this match, I'm in the losing position. Exia is on a roll, and if I don't figure something out fast, it's gonna be over. My opponent goes with his tanky Pegasus Blast. My next Beyblade is Cobalt Dragoon, the Beyblade that's been carrying me throughout this whole entire tournament. Everything rests on Cobalt Dragoon in this launch. We get our launchers ready, and in 3, 2, 1.
Go shoot! I'm gonna double check that. It looks like it was dropped, but
I think I saw midair. Yeah, actually, you don't want my spirit. I lost all my
Cobalt Dragoon, my hero, he never lets me down. The score is 2-2. Thanks to the Dragoon, I'm back in the game, and our last Beyblades are his Wizard Rod and my Shark Scale. This is a pretty good matchup for me. The free ball bit, although it has superb stamina, the low amount of friction means it can easily be hit out of the stadium. Still though, I have yet to take a point from his Wizard Rod combo. And every single launch he's done on the right side of the stadium, he's aimed for my side. I am going to need to hit this sweeping drop launch, making it into the top 8, beating the #1 seed, getting revenge on Donut. It all led up to this launch. And for the final time, we get our launchers ready, and
3, 2, 1, go shoot! Clean! No, thanks, only rip hard. That's what I think.
I did it! I was able to land the launch, beat the reigning champion Exia, and win the tournament! Oh my goodness, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to watch another tournament video, click the one on screen, and these videos take a lot of time and work, so if you guys could subscribe, it would mean the world. Anyway, thank you for watching.